You have a house in the United States, you have a house in France, you spend 6 months in one country and 6 months in the other. And you think nobody can determine where you are a tax resident. Wrong! The tax authority already know, and if they cannot decide, you could lose the benefit of the U.S.-France tax treaty. Let's take an example. You are a US citizen, you spend 183 days in the US and the rest of the year in France. You own a house in both countries. First test. You have a home in both countries. The tax authority will then look at where your personal and economic ties are the strongest. For example, if you go to the hospital in France more often than in the US. This may show that your life is more connected to France than the US. Second test. If it's not possible to determine where your economic and personal ties are the strongest, the authority will look at the country where you usually stay. Which country do you spend most of your time in? What if you stay in both countries? Or in neither of them? They will look at your nationality. Third test. You will be considered a tax resident of the country whose nationality you hold. And what if none of these tests can determine your tax residence? The France and the US tax authorities will then have to reach an agreement. But be careful. If no agreement is found, you could fall outside the scope of the U.S.-France tax treaty. As the consequence, you lose the benefit of the treaty. And you could be subject to double taxation.